So, welcome to course unit 7, Traffic Engineering. Okay po. So, this topic is all about traffic engineering. So, di ba meron nang gumawa ng video nito? So, traffic engineering, ang topic natin for today, traffic engineering, traffic control devices, traffic lights, pavement, and markings. Okay, traffic engineering. So, what is traffic engineering ba? When we say traffic engineering, the objectives of this is to achieve free and rapid flow of traffic, yet at the same time to prevent accidents and casualties. Again, why do we have traffic engineering? Bakit kailangan ng traffic engineering? Kasi one of its objectives is to achieve free and rapid flow of traffic, yet at the same time to prevent accidents and casualties. Diba ang mga engineer, ang trabaho nila is to build, sabi nga natin, to build a building or even a road. Bakit kailangan ng engineer sa traffic, ma'am? Para meron tayong proper flow. Okay? Para alam natin yung mga, kung saan yung masikip na daan, diba? Ano yung mga dapat na gawin para maiwasan yung mga aksidente or anything na casualties. Also, traffic engineering is to build and design new roads and improve older ones. Kaya tayo nagkakaroon ng traffic engineer para maipaganda pa or para ma-improve yung mga roads na sabi nyo, baku-bako sa inyo, di ba? Laging bumabaha sa inyo. Yan ang trabaho ng traffic engineering. Next, to build safety feature of the roads and introduce new designs. So, kung dati straight line lang ang meron tayong road, ngayon meron ng clover, di ba? Minsan meron na ring bypass or even na kahit parang yung mga overpass. Ayan. So, ang responsible dyan sa pagdidesign ng ating mga roads is yung ating traffic engineering. Anong purpose nila? It is for us to have a rapid flow of a traffic, yet at the same time to prevent accidents and casualties. So, yun ang purpose kung bakit tayo merong traffic engineering. So, what is the essential task of traffic engineering? Ito. So, discovering the need for proposing and promoting traffic ordinance and the efficient use of signals and markings. Diba? Kaya meron tayong mga traffic signs and signals. Detection of dangerous intersections. Diba? Diba nakita niyo sa roads, kapag meron ng zigzag ahead, meron ng sign yan. Diba? Or kanwari, U-turn lang dito, parking lang dito. Lahat yan. Yan ang purpose ng traffic engineering. Establishing the need for improved street lighting by passer one-way streets. Also, sa mga traffic lights natin, or minsan kahit yung simple light lang sa road, lalo na dun sa mga madilim na lugar. So, responsible yan sa traffic engineering. Evaluating parking needs and proposing suitable restrictions. Ayan, kung saan ka lang pwedeng mag-park. Okay, next, asserting the safe speed. Kung ano lang yung pinaka-safe speed, di ba? Meron tayong 60 kph or parang allowable speed lang sa isang certain road. For example, sa NLEX, bawal kang mag-exceed ng gantong speed. Kasi kapag nag-exceed ka ng gantong speed, pwede ka nang mag-cause ng accident. Diba? Directing traffic signals, analyzing accident report, and environment data. So, ang traffic engineering, yan ang responsibility niya para maayos nga yung traffic flow natin. Just imagine kung walang traffic engineering, anong mangyayari sa mga roads natin? Baka araw-araw traffic. Lahat merong aksidente. So, nandiyan ang traffic engineering para ayusin yung flow ng traffic natin, less accidents, okay? Less accident-prone area. Also, para maging manage or tama yung flow ng daan. Okay? So, ayan. Traffic control devices. So, we have different traffic control devices. When we say traffic control devices, these are any signs, signals, or markings placed on the road, exerted for the purpose of regulating, warning, or guiding the traffic. Again, bakit tayo may traffic control devices? Ito nga yung mga signals, signs. Bakit? Anong purpose niya? To regulate, to warn, and to guide those person in traffic. So, installed to control traffic and to contribute indirectly to the assurance of traffic safety. Diba? They are the means by which the road user is advised as to detailed requirements or conditions affecting road user at specific place and times in order for proper action be taken and accident or delays avoided. Kasi yung mga traffic control devices, without this, okay, pwede tayong mag-lead into an accident. Kaya nga, di ba, may stop, may ganyan, di ba? Ito yung mga signals or warning devices na meron sila, na linalagay nila sa road para bigyan ng information na kailangan ng isang driver or ng isang tao na nandun sa road. So, these are just safety precautionary measures na nakikita natin in order for us to follow and to be safe at all times in the road. So, ayan yan. Yan yung mga nakikita nyo yan. Diba? The oldest traffic control device used to guide the safe and orderly movement of traffic is the traffic sign. Ano yung mga traffic sign? Yan yung mga traffic sign. Okay? Isa lang yan sa mga type ng traffic control device. Ang tawag dito ay traffic sign. So, ang traffic sign, these are the instruction of a road user need to obey. Need to obey, kailangan mo sundin. Warning of hazards which are not self-evident, diba? Information about routes, direction, designations, and points of interest. Yan. Yan ang traffic signs. Again, traffic signs are device mounted on a fixed or portable support whereby the official notice is given in the form of symbol for the purpose of regulating, warning, and guiding. Yan. Yung mga nakikita nyo yan, di ba, minsan nakalagay yan sa bakal. Di ba, mounted lang yan, or nakadikit sa mismong wall. Ang tawag dyan ay traffic signs. Kasama siya doon sa mga traffic control devices. One of the type of traffic control devices is the traffic signs. Pag traffic signs, portable yan. Okay po? So, next naman, meron tayo another is the traffic signal lights. Okay? Traffic signal lights. Alam nyo naman siguro to, no? Kahit hindi na further elaboration. So, what is traffic lights? This refer to any power. Again, it is power generated. Okay? Power-operated traffic control device by which traffic is warned or directed to take some specific actions. Diba? Kapag green, go. Yellow is ready. And then red is stop. Stop, ready, and go. So, these are used to control traffic at junctions and also to stop traffic to provide safe crossing points for pedestrian and cyclists. So, bakit tayo may traffic lights? Lalo-lalo na sa mga pedestrian. So, the color of traffic lights are chronologically arranged to give motorists a better view of signal lights from top series. The color is red, amber, and yellow, and then green. Lahat lagi pong ganyan, di ba? Ang mga traffic lights, kung makita nyo, laging sa taas ang red, stop. Tapos, you have the yellow or the amber color for ready, and the green for the go. So, classification of traffic signal lights. Number 1, we have traffic control signals. Ano to? These are signal lights designed primarily to control and regulate traffic flows. Yung mga nakita nyo sa intersection or so whatever na merong traffic lights, ang tawag doon ay traffic control signals. Also, meron din tinatawag na special pedestrian signal. Di ba ang basic kasi ganito lang? Yan ang basic na traffic signal light. Ganyan lang siya. Ngayon, kapag nalagyan na, di ba meron siyang minsan, parang mas maganda siya, meron siyang walk dun sa mga pedestrian or parang color green, tapos tao siya na parang naka-shape na maglalakad. So, special pedestrian signals. These signal lights provides regulation. Ito, for pedestrians like the walk and do not walk signal lights. Lalo na kapag sa mga intersection na merong pedestrian lane. Okay? So, sa busy intersection na merong pedestrian lane, nilalagyan nila yung traffic control signal lights na yan na merong ganito. Yung design na merong tao. Then next, we also have train approach and gate signals. These are usually installed on railroad intersections designed to inform motorists of any approaching train or intersection. Sometimes, yung mga traffic signal lights naman, meron siyang train approach and gate signals. Ito, applicable to dun sa mga intersections wherein merong railroads or tren na dadaan. So, therefore, para mabigyan ng busina or magbigyan ng signal na dadaan ang tren. Intindihan po. Next, other special traffic signals are installed on traffic ways where special regulations are emphasized like yield to vehicles coming from the left and other similar regulations. So, traffic signals system. So, traffic signal lights are used different signaling systems which vary according to the needs of the traffic way. Okay, hindi naman kasi para-para yung mga traffic signal lights natin, di ba? Merong mga traffic signal lights, makita nyo may mga number, may makita kayo na merong taong, may sign na tao for pedestrian. Also, meron lang kayong makita na red, yellow, green. Ganun lang siya. So, we have different traffic signal system. Number 1 is the fixed time system. So, what is fixed time system? So, a traffic control signal which by traffic is alternately commanded to stop and permitted to proceed in accordance with predetermined time schedule. Okay po? Yung fixed time system na to, alam niyo yung 60. Nakita niyo yun, di ba? Yung ibang mga traffic lights, nakita niyo yung meron siyang 60, 59, hanggang sa kapag nag-zero pa lang siya, dun pa lang siya pwedeng mag-go. Kita niyo yun? Di ba? Meron silang, yun ang tawag dun sa traffic signal system yun, the fixed time system. Kasi makikita mo talaga yung oras niya na every after minute, ito siya, dito siya nag-stop. Every after 1 minute, ito yung mag-stop naman. Itong way naman na mag-stop. So, ang tawag doon ay fixed time system. This is the most widely used system of signaling. So, traffic activated controller can be used. These vary the length of green light on a street according to changes in traffic naman. So, sometimes, itong mga fixed time system na to, kapag computer generated, minsan, ine-edit nila na yung go nito, kaya minsan, di ba, kanare, natry nyo ba sa Del Rosario? Parang ang tagal, di ba? Kapag galing ka ng Del Rosario, tapos papunta ka ng Fatima, ang tagal mong maghihintay, pero ang bilis lang din ng time mo kapag di ba, magle-left turn ka. Di ba? Pero yung mga horizontal lane, yung mga horizontal lane, ang bilis lang. Di ba? Tsaka mabagal. At I mean matagal. Pero kapag ikaw yung magle-left turn, ang tagal. Ang tagal mo, ibig sabihin, mas madami yung time doon sa mga horizontal lane than yung mga papunta ng left turn or right turn. Diba? If galing ka ng Del Rosario. Diba? Minsan nararamdaman mo, bakit ang tagal kapag papunta ng ganon? Pero sila ang tagal nila dito, ang dami ng time nila. Pag kami, konti lang yung time. Diba? Ganon siya. Next, progressive system. So, these are the signals at successive intersections along the artery are timed to change from red to green at staggered intervals, permitting a vehicle that maintains a constant speed to proceed without interruption under normal circumstances. Yung mga progressive system, yan yung mga nakita nating, yung walang numbers naman. Pero, di ba, meron lang siyang, tawag dito, meron lang, yung nagpa-flashing, yung may flashing yellow lang siya. Okay po. Kaya minsan, di ba, nag-go pa rin sila kahit flashing yellow na siya. So, that is progressive system. Then, we have also the computerized control of signal networks, di ba? Ito naman, alam niyo yung mga napapanood niyo sa TV or sa mga movies na minsan kapag nag-hack sila or kapag meron silang ginagawang karumal-dumal para makatakas yung kasama nila, i-hack nila. Sa ibang bansa kasi, computer-generated yung yung traffic signal sila. So, anong gagawin nila? Kokontrolin nila yung traffic light. Diba po? These are the computerized control of signal networks. Signal changes are ordered by demands of traffic and are directed by computers that operate on the basis of traffic information relayed from the vehicle sensors on the streets. Ito naman, through sensors. Diba? We have traffic detectors. These are placed at several locations, generally in the pavement. A computer continuously scans the traffic information from each detector and to select the best timing to reduce traffic congestion and minimize delays. Okay? Itong computerized control of signal networks, pwedeng ikaw mismo, kinokontrol mo, may isang tao, or sometimes meron siyang, alam niyo yung automatic detector, di ba sa ilaw, kanwari sa ilaw, nakita niyo yung mga merong sensor na ilaw, na kapag merong dadaan lang, doon lang siya iilaw. Okay? Meron din
solar.
Meron din ganyang traffic signal na kung kasaan, kung meron siya nakita na dito yung lane na to, merong naunang sasakyan, doon ang pag-go niya. Okay? Kung hindi man isang tao ang nag-ooperate ng computerized control signal networks, minsan naman, automatically censored na yung mismong traffic signal light. Ganun siya. So, sa ibang bansa, halos ganyan sila. Dahil lalo na kung wala namang masyadong dumadaan dun sa road na yon. Diba? So, ang ginagawa na lang nila is computerized control of signal networks. Is either control siya ng isang tao or yung mga sensored lang. Yung kapag may sasakyan, doon lang yung pag-go. Intindihan po. So, yung mga yan, nagbabari, wala siyang specific time. Hindi katulad nung mga nauna. Ito kasi mga yan, di ba? May mga time talaga sila, fixed time. Pero dito, ayan, nagbabago yan. Hindi siya pwedeng 1 minute, 5 minutes, and then. Intindihan po ba? Intindihan?
Yes, ma'am.
Next. Meaning of traffic lights. Ito, po to, ating pang makaigaya kayo na, ating pang masagasaan dahil mukhang traffic lights or yung mga nagda-drive dyan, beating the red light or so what. So, meaning of traffic lights. So, we have the steady red. What is the meaning of steady red? Pag sinabing steady red, hindi siya nagbi-blink. Red talaga siya. So, stop at designated line. Stop yan, I'm sorry. Stop po yan. Stop at designated line. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng steady red. Vehicles will be crossing from the other side. Expect pedestrians to cross at the pedestrian lane. So, unless specified, you can turn right after a full stop to clear traffic coming from the left. Basta nakita nyo itong steady red na yan, okay? Kung nasaan ka man, okay, magi-stop ka na. Diba? Bawal ka ng dumiretso dun sa road na yon kasi ibig sabihin kapag nakastop ka, ibig sabihin yung other lane yung pinapadaan. Sabi nga niya dito, you can turn right after full stop to clear traffic coming from the left. Minsan kasi, meron kang nakastop ka dito kapag dito yung way, straight line, pero kapag magte-turn right ka naman, okay lang. Diba? Ibig sabihin, tingnan mo muna, bago ka mag-turn left, tingnan mo muna if clear yung sa left mo. Baka kasi, for example, sa intersection kasi, di ba, for example, nakaganyan yan, naka-straight line. Naka-straight line. Pero, pag pupunta ka dito, pag sinabi naka-straight line ka, pag papunta ka ng north, okay, ibig sabihin, naka-stop ka. Hindi ka pwede pumunta ng north. Pero gusto mo pumunta dito, sa right lane. What will happen? Bago ka pupunta ng right lane, ang sinasabi ng steady red, okay, bago ka pumunta ng right lane, please, tingnan mo muna if yung galing dito is walang dumadaan. Okay po. Next, we have steady green. Ibig sabihin nito, go. Okay, it is the turn of the vehicles on the other side to stop. Ibig sabihin, kapag nakago ka na, yung kabilang lane naman ang nakastop at ikaw ang nasa go line. So, pedestrians are not allowed to cross the pedestrian lane in front of you. Therefore, kapag nakago yan, okay, yung mga pedestrian or yung mga tao, again, pag po sinabi nating pedestrian, tao to ha. Okay, tao po. Kapag pedestrian lane, yung nakikita nyong white, yun pa lang yun. Pero pag sinabi nyong pedestrian, tao yan. Okay, yung nakita nyong mga white sa mismong pavement marking sa road, that is pedestrian lane. Intindihan po. And then, unless specified, you can move up to the middle section of the intersection and make a left turn when clear. So, vehicles going straight have the right of way. Okay? Tandaan nyo, kapag steady green, yung mga going straight na vehicle, wala kang, kahit na, wala kang karapatan na pigilan sila kasi nakago sila. So, do not anticipate a green light. Okay? Next, steady green arrow. Ayan. Vehicles turning left can do so. Oncoming straight traffic is still red to give way for vehicles turning left. Mas maganda if makita mo yan. Kasi may mga intersection na walang arrows eh. Diba? Sometimes pwede kang pumunta ng nag-turn ng left or mag-turn ng right. Pero naka-steady go ka lang ng straight line. So, yung steady green arrow, therefore, pwede lang na line dyan. Tandaan nyo, horizontal line, straight line lang po. Nakuha po? Anong pinagkaiba? Wait lang, bigyan ko ng another sample. Anong pinagkaiba ng bilog na green, ma'am, sa merong ganito lang? Okay, kapag ganito nakita nyo arrow na green, ibig sabihin, straight line lang po ang pwede. Okay, yung horizontal line na pwede. Pero ito, yan, straight line po ang pwede. Okay? Pero, pwede ka rin mag-left turn or right turn. Pwede ka namang mag-right turn. Pero, with caution. Kasi, titignan mo muna yung sa left turn, baka merong pumapasok. Intindihan po. Pero, pag nakita nyo to, straight line lang to. Kasi may arrow talaga siya. How about steady amber or yellow? Ibig sabihin, prepare to stop. Malapit na yung stop. So, it is a turn of the vehicles on the other side and will be given the go signal shortly. Kaya nga sabi niya, do not beat a yellow light. Kapag steady yellow na yan, automatically mag-stop ka na. Huwag mo na siyang habulin pa. Yung iba kasi di ba hinahabol pa nila? So, huwag mo nang habulin pa kapag ganyan. Kasi automatically magre-red na po yan. Next, flashing red. Okay. Pag sinabing flashing red, ano pinagkaiba kanina, ma'am? Kanina, steady red. Pag flashing red, alam niyo, nag-blink siya na red. So, pag sinabing flashing red naman, this is the same as stop sign. Stop at designated line. Vehicles will be crossing from the other side. So, expect pedestrian to cross at the pedestrian's lane. Proceed when clear. So, sometimes yung flashing red na yan, ibig sabihin yan, malapit na siyang matapos. Okay po? Pag sinabing flashing red, malapit nang matapos yung stop, kaya siya nagpa-flash. Okay? Kaya nga sabi niya, you can proceed when clear na. Okay? Next. Flashing yellow. Ayan. This is the same as yield sign. Proceed through intersection with caution. You have the right of way over a flashing red light. Vehicles on the other side will proceed after coming to a full stop. Kapag flashing yellow yan ang pwede mong habulin. Kapag yung yellow light, okay, your amber light na nakita mo sa traffic signal, is nagpa-flash pa siya, pwede mo siyang habulin. Okay, ibig sabihin, pwede ka pang mag-enter ng intersection na yon. Unless naging steady yung yellow na yan, hindi ka na pwedeng humabol. Ibig sabihin, mag-stop ka na kasi after ng steady yellow na yun, steady red na. Intindihan po? Intindihan ba? Next. Steady green and steady left-right arrow. Ano yan? Ito yun, no? May steady green and steady left-right arrow. Vehicles can go straight or vehicles on the left can make a left turn. Kapag ganyan, tignan nyo, dalawa ang pinoproceed niyan. Dalawang message. Pwede kang mag-proceed go. Diba sabi ko sa inyo, kapag ganito ang ganito, ibig sabihin, pwede siyang sa another side ang mag-go. So, dito, dilagyan lang niya ng another arrow. Ano yung pwede? So, ibig sabihin, sabi niya, you can make the left lane or can make a left turn, sabi niya. Vehicles can go straight or vehicles on the right lane can make a right turn. So, the right green signal light might not have road sign disallowing a right turn while the red light is on. So, ibig sabihin, kung makita mo yung signal na yan, pwede dito, pwede rin doon. Nakuha po ba? Para siyang L. So, pag nakita niyo yung ganyan signal, ibig sabihin, pwede ka dito, pwede ka doon. Kung babaliktarin mo naman yan, kung kanwari, dito yung steady green, tapos doon sa kabila is left arrow green, ibig sabihin, pwede ka dito, pwede ka rin dito. Intindihan po. So, okay na tayo sa traffic light. Siguro naman, alam nyo na yan. Baka nagbigay ako ng situation na exam yan sa mga traffic lights, tapos hindi nyo pa alam. Very basic na po yan, ano? Next, we have the pavement markings and markers. Ma'am, anong ibig sabihin ng pavement markings? Anyway, may tanong kayo? Do you have any questions about traffic lights? Sabi ko nga sa inyo sa course na to, kahit hindi kayo actual mag-drive, okay? Matututo naman kayo kung paano mag-drive. Dahil malalaman natin yung mga rules sa daan. Intindihan? So, pavement markings and markers. Meron kayong tanong? Wala naman? So, okay. Let's continue. Pavement markings and markers. So, pavement markings. Pag sinabi natin pavement markings, these are the lines, symbols, messages, or numerals and may be set into the surface applied upon or attached to the pavement and are officially placed on the purpose of regulating, warning, or guiding traffic. Yung mga pavement markings sa inyo, yung mga nakita nyong mga pintura na nakaano sa mismong daan. Yan. Ang tawag dyan ay pavement markings. So, we have different types of pavement markings. So, pavement markings have definite limitations. Sabi nga niya, they are subject to traffic wear and require proper maintenance. Bakit? But proper maintenance. Kasi di ba habang tumatagal yung mga pavement markings na yan, nabubura. Also, they may not be clearly visible if the road is wet or dusty. Diba? Kapag madumi yung daan, lalo na kung puti lang ang pintura, minsan natatakpan yan. Hindi nila makikita. So, they may be obscured by traffic or ibig sabihin, syempre kapag merong sasakyan doon sa unahan, hindi mo na makikita yung pavement marking. So, their effect on skid resistance requires careful choice of materials. Kaya nga yung mga pinipinturo nila sa daan, merong specific na paint dyan, hindi agad-agad na simpleng pintura lang. Okay? They cannot be applied on unsealed roads. So, types of pavement markings and markers. So, pavement markings. These are the lines, usually white and yellow. Alam niyo mga parang nakita niyo yung hati sa daan? Diba? These are the lines, usually white and yellow, or a combination of the two, officially set on the roadway as separation for motor vehicles traveling in the opposite direction in the case of what? Bakit tayo meron mga ganyang pavement markings? Two-way lane or one-way street. Yan. Two-lane, two-way street, or four-lane, two-way street. Pwedeng two-way lane, one-way street lang. Ibig sabihin, dalawang lane nga siya, pero isang direction lang siya. Diba? Or, dalawang lane nga siya, pero magkaiba namang direction. Or, four lane naman, pero two-way street naman siya. Merong dalawa papunta dito, merong dalawa papunta doon. Nakasunod po ba? Nakasunod kayo? Hi. Okay, next. Ang tawag doon ay pavement markings. Next naman, curb markings for restriction. Yan. Nakikita nyo ba yan? Yung parang yellow? Yan ang tawag dyan, curb markings. These are markings placed on the curbs or edges of the traffic for restriction or for parking regulation purposes. Ibig sabihin, parang end of the road na to, dito ka na magpa-park or so what? Curb marking siya. Nakuha po? Restrictions yan. Next naman, we have object markings. Ito, hindi mo makikita sa mismong daan, pero sa taas, ayan. Kita nyo yan, yung may yellow block, black yellow, diba? These are markings placed on objects on the road, besides on the road, like humps, rocks, similar hazardous objects. So, itong mga object markings na to, hindi siya naturally sa daan talaga mismo. Makita mo yan sa gilid ng daan. Sabihin, sometimes nasa gilid sila ng mga poste na ganyan, or madalas sa mga humps, or any other similar hazardous object. Ang tawag doon ay object markings. Next, ito, reflectorized markings. Nakita nyo yan, yung parang malilit na ganyan, pero kapag gabi umiilaw sila. Kala nyo umiilaw sila, pero ang totoo, kaya lang sila nakita nyo umiilaw kasi nagre-reflect po sila sa light. Nakuha? So, reflectorized marking, yan yung mga nakita nyo sa gilid ng daan. Parang signal lang yan para makita nyo na ito yung way. So, these are markings or gadgets designed to reflect and become luminous when hit by the vehicle's headlight. So, hindi katulad na, minsan, di ba, meron kasi ako nakasama noon, sabi niya, paano kaya nila pinapailaw yung mga nasa ilalim na yan? Sabi niya ganyan. Sabi ko, hindi yan pinapailaw. Okay? Ibig sabihin, nakamounted talaga yan. Tapos, kapag gabi, kaya lang siya mukhang umiilaw. Kasi kapag nalagyan niya ng ilaw, or parang na-reflect yan ng light ng mga vehicle, ang litaw niya, para siyang umiilaw. Diba? Pero hindi po sila yung mga iniisip nyo na merong kuryente yan sa ilalim. Hindi po, So, reflectorize lang sila. Yun yung mga yan. So, these are placed in the middle of the roadway to supplement separation lines. Okay? Lalo na pag gabi at madilim. So, at the side of the roadway, which are too near or within the road pavement itself. So, reflectorized markings po yung nakikita nyo mga yan. Yan. So, color of pavement markings. Diba, meron tayong minsan white, yellow, or sometimes black, or even red. So, the color of pavement markings shall be white. Okay, except for the alternative uses of yellow as specified below. Okay, normal or regular use of pavement markings, yung nakikita nyo, dapat ito, ganito dapat ang color niya. White talaga siya. Pero at sometimes, ginagawa nilang yellow. Bakit po? So, double yellow, no passing lanes. So, road signs and pavement markings manual. Unbroken portion, ayan, curb markings on island in traffic, bus and PUJ lanes, and keep intersections open markings. Yan ang mga purpose kung bakit sila gumagamit ng yellow lines. Next naman, red. Ibig sabihin, shall be used in no loading and unloading zone. fire lane zone. Kapag nakita nyo ang color ng sa daan or pavement marking is red, ibig sabihin no loading and unloading zone, and that is a fire lane zone. Next naman, we have block. Bakit may block, ma'am? May be used in hazard markers to warn road users at locations where the protruding objects such as bridge, piers, patulad ng kanina. Diba? Yan, pinagsama nila ang yellow and black. So, may be used in hazard markers to warn road users at locations where the protruding objects such as bridge, piers, traffic islands, and other permanent objects on or near the roadway. However, the use of black does not establish it as standard color for pavement marking. Intindihan po. So, ayan. Ito. Pag-usapan natin yung mga yan, yung mga nakikita nyo yan. Alam nyo na ba yung ibig sabihin yan? Di ba madalas nakita nyo yan sa daan, pero hindi nyo alam ang ibig sabihin yan. Tama po? So, isa-isay natin. Sige nga, magtawag ako ng isa. For example, Patrick Balingit. Okay. Turo mo nga sa akin, nasan yung center line or longitudinal lines? Asan dyan?
Sa gitna, ma'am.
Sa gitna. Halwa mo nang
Yung sa gitna.
Sa gitna. Okay. Itong longitudinal lines, ibig sabihin straight lines ng mga to. So, ito, nakita nyo to? Nakikita nyo ba yung mouse ko?
Opo, ma'am.
Okay. Ito,
Opo.
yan. Ang tawag dyan, center line or separation line. Ibig sabihin, diba, ito yung nagsaseparate sa dalawang lane. Nakuha po. Center line or separation line. It is used to separate opposite traffic movements of an undivided roadway and is generally placed centrally on all roads and bridges. It is 6 meter or more in width. So, kaya tayo mayroong separation line para nakita natin kung sino yung banda dito, sino yung dito. Usually kasi hindi naman katulad ng sa NLEX na nakahati yan, di ba? Sa NLEX nakahati sila, di ba? Kahit wala silang separation line. For example, dito going north, dito going south, di ba? Pero kapag kanara yan, highway, usually wala yung mismong barrier dito. Pero meron silang tinatawag na separation line. So, ang tawag dyan, okay, pag nakita kayo sa daan, it is separation line. Next, we have lane line. A lane line is used to separate adjacent lanes or traffic moving in the same direction. For example, ito, ang tawag dyan ay adjacent lane line. Ayan lang po. Ang tawag dyan sa mga broken lines na yan, ang tawag dyan ay lane lines. Mama, anong purpose niya? Anong pinagkaiba niya? Ibig sabihin, for example, dito, going north siya. Going north. Therefore, pareho silang going north na dalawa yan. Pero merong car dito, meron din car dito. Bakit lang meron siyang separation line, ma'am? Kasi minsan, kapag nasa lower, outer lane, always remember, okay? Kapag nasa outer lane ka, dito. Yan, outer lane. Ibig sabihin ng outer lane, mas mabagal ang flow mo. Okay? Usually, yung mga mabilis na car, nandito sila sa lane na to. Yan, sa inner lane. Kapag ang sasakyan, or sa tingin mo, mabagal kang mag-drive, dapat ikaw nandito ka sa mismong slower lane. At ang slower lane, ito yon, yung mga outer. Always remember that, ha? Kung mabagal kang mag-drive, huwag ka nang pumunta doon sa gitna. Kasi usually yung dito yung mga truck, yung mga bus, yung mga mabibilis. Pero kapag mabagal ka, dito ka, sa outer lane ka. Ang tawag dito ay lane lines. Ang purpose ng lane lines just to separate the two lanes, okay, with a same direction. Diba? Ibig sabihin, mayroong vehicle 1 dito, mayroong vehicle 2 dito. Ibig sabihin dito, okay, makinig, ang ibig sabihin nito, pareho lang na direction. Pero, may dalawang separate lane. Naintindihan? Ano pinagkaiba ng lane line sa separation line? Sa separation line, two opposite directions ang pinaghihiwalay niya. Diba? Merong going north, merong going south. Kapag naman lane lines na to, okay, ang pinaghihiwalay lang niya, same direction. Diba? Parehong daan din, parehong direction lang yan. Pinaghihiwalay lang niya yung dalawang sasakyan. Naintindihan na niyan ang lane line at saka separation line? Ha?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, kapag separation line, again, two opposite directions. Kapag naman lane lines, parehong directions lang. Okay. Same direction lang. Naintindihan na yan. Next, barrier lines. What are the barrier lines? Barrier lines may consist of either two unbroken yellow lines, single unbroken yellow line, or single yellow lines with a broken white line. Okay, ito. So, we have different types of barrier lines. Ito, umpisahan natin dito na double solid yellow lines. Ano tong double solid yellow lines na to? So, it should only be used where overtaking from both directions, ayan, of the road and all crossing movements are prohibited. Kapag nakita nyo sa daan, is ganyan, dalawang yellow line. Okay po, again, pag nakita nyo sa daan na double solid yellow line, ibig sabihin, yung daan na yan, bawal po kayong mag-overtake dyan. Again ha, pag nakakita kayo ng gantong side sa roads na meron siyang dalawang yellow lane, therefore, bawal kayong mag-overtake. So, vehicle must always keep to the right of the double lines. So, the overtaking is prohibited in both directions and all crossing movements are prohibited. Vehicle must keep at right at the double yellow line. So, kapag nakita niyo sa road, therefore, bawal kayong mag-overtake. Nakasunod po. Next. How about yung mga single unbroken yellow line? What if single lang siya, ma'am? Or single solid yellow line? So, should be used where the overtaking from both directions of the road are prohibited. Kapag nakita nyo to, both side, going north ka man or going south, bawal parehong mag-overtake. However, okay, crossing movements are permitted. Vehicles must always keep to the right of the double yellow lanes. Minsan, okay po, for example, dito, pwede naman ng crossing movements. Okay, permitted siya. Pero, always keep to the right of the double yellow lines. For example, wala kasi siyang hati para mas maintindihan nyo sana lalo. Ito. Overtaking is prohibited when solid line is on your side. Wait lang dito. For example, dito. Kapag nakita nyo yan, hindi naman siya isa. Okay, kapag dalawang ganito, ulitin ko muna ha. Pag dalawang ganito, strictly, bawal po ang mag-overtake. Okay, again. Again po, strictly, bawal ang mag-overtake. Kapag nakita nyo to, strictly bawal din mag-overtake. Pero, pwede kang mag-change ng lane. Naintindihan po ba? Pwede kang mag-change ng lane. For example, sabihin na natin meron siyang separation, meron siyang, ang tawag dito, yan, lane line dito. Ito, dito na lang tayo. Kanwari, just an example. Kanwari, just imagine this is a yellow line. Just imagine po ha, this is a yellow line. So, doon sa sinasabi natin dito, yung single and broken yellow line, bawal kang mag-overtake. Diba? Kapag ito is single, pero pwede kang mag-separation lane. Pwede kang lumipat ng lane. Pwede ka pumunta dito or pwede ka pumunta dito. Basta within your lane. Naintindihan? Ang bawal, for example, naging dalawa to. Sorry. Kanwari, naging dalawang yellow lane to. Ibig sabihin, bawal kang mag-change ng lanes dito. Both. Bawal kang pumunta dito, bawal kang pumunta doon. Naintindihan po? Naintindihan? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So again, pag nakita nyo to, bawal kayo mag-overtake. Pero kapag nakita nyo to, pwede kayo mag-change ng lane. Naintindihan? Bawal overtake, pero pwede kang mag-change ng lane. Okay? Basta same lane lang ha, one direction lang ha, one direction lane. Next. Single yellow line with broken white line. Ito, di ba? Ma'am, bakit may nakita ko, meron siyang single yellow line, tapos sa kabila niya, meron siyang broken lines na white. So, overtaking is prohibited when the solid line is on your side. Overtaking, so nga, direction in which overtaking is prohibited. Direction in which overtaking is permitted. Nakita nyo, kapag ang side mo, for example, papunta ka dito, yellow lane ang nasa iyo, ibig sabihin, bawal kang mag-overtake. Naintindihan? Pero kapag ang nasa side mo, papunta ka dito, meron siyang white lane, na broken white line, ibig sabihin, itong side na to, pwedeng mag-overtake. Naintindihan nyo na yan. Diba? Kapag nakita nyo to again, kapag nakita tong yellow line, at saka broken line, kapag nandito ka sa specific lane na to, therefore, bawal kang mag-overtake kasi nga nandito si yellow line. Pero kapag yung side mo naman, meron kang yellow line dito, pero meron ka namang broken white line. Therefore, pwede kang mag-overtake. Ang pinagbabawalan lang niyang ipag-overtake dito is yung side na merong yellow line. Naiintindihan po ba niyan? Nakasunod kayo? So, kapag
Yes,
yan,
ma'am.
pag nasa daan kayo, alam niyo na dapat yung mga nakikita niyo mga lanes, 'di ba? Yung mga lines na yan. So, broken yellow line. This means that passing or overtaking as allowed. Sometimes kasi, hindi lang nila ginagamit yung mga white or minsan ginagamit nila yellow na. So, again, kapag nakita kayo ng broken lines na ganito, pwede kang mag-overtake. Basta wala siyang katabing ganito. Diba? Broken and solid yellow lines, passing is permitted on the side of the line but not on the side of solid line. Pareho lang siya neto. Itong broken and solid yellow lines, ang pinagkaiba lang nila is color. Pero the same function lang nito. Again, kapag ang nasa side mo is broken siya, therefore, pwede kang mag-overtake. Pero kapag ang nasa side mo is solid siyang ganyan, therefore, bawal kang mag-overtake. Naintindihan? Nakasunod kayo? Next. Yan na. Specific meaning of pavement marking. So, we have the single white dotted lines. So, ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng single white dotted lines? So, yung nakikita nyo sa gitna ng daan or yung mga lanes, diba? On a two-lane road, it separates traffic moving in opposite direction. So, kapag sa two-lane road, pag nakita nyo ganito, ayan, ibig sabihin, lane lang siya, diba? It just separates the two lines or the two ways. Sabi niya. On a one-way street, it separates the traffic moving in one direction. Overtaking is possible when other lane is clear of oncoming possible. Always remember, kapag white lang ang color ng pavement marking, hindi siya masyadong strict. Okay? Lalo na kung broken siya. Dalawang purpose niya, ano? Pwedeng kapag, meron kasi sa daan na ganito ang itsura, diba minsan, ma'am, yung nakikita ko sa daan, ano lang siya, wala ito. Isang way lang siya or isang way lang siya, meron dito north, dito south, pero ganito po ang pagkahati niya. Sometimes yung mga lanes na yan, okay, nagiging siyang parang separation lane lang or tinatawag natin na ganito kahit hindi siya solid na center line. Minsan ginagamit nila yung broken white line na yan. Naintindihan po ba? Or single white dotted lines. Naintindihan po? Again, ang purpose lang ng mga single white dotted lines is either to separate the road lane. Okay po tayo doon. Hello?
Yes,
And also,
ma'am.
kapag nakita kayo ng ganyang single white dotted lines, pwede kayo mag-overtake kahit saan. Kasi nga, again, kapag white, hindi siya ganun ka-strict na katulad nung sa yellow. Unless yung ating, nakita mo nga, di ba, kung may katabi siyang ganito, yan, therefore, yan, yung side na to na merong yellow lane, bawal kang mag-overtake. Or sometimes, ginagawa nila, hindi man nga siya color yellow, pero color white naman siya, still, bawal kang mag-overtake doon. Naintindihan po? Next naman, single white continuous line in a two traffic way. Separates a traffic moving in an opposite direction, could be found in the road sections that are dangerous. Passing and overtaking can be made only but under the circumstances when there is no oncoming traffic. Or parang ganito lang siya. Ito daw. Ang tinutukoy niya is ito, itong separation line. Okay po? Hindi siya putol-putol. So, pwede ka namang mag-overtake dyan basta merong safety precautionary measures po. Naku ha? Sabi naman niya, di ba? Passing and overtaking can be made but only under circumstances when there is no oncoming traffic. Next, we have single continuous line on a four-lane road. This sign, when found on the four-lane street, indicates when there are slow and fast lanes. Never overtake by passing over the solid white line. So, lanes 1 and 4 for slow move. Ito yung sinasabi sa inyo, di ba? 1 and 4, 2 and 3. Ito, balik tayo dito. Ayan. Kapag four-way lane pero two directions. Sabihin na natin, ito papunta ng north, ito papunta ng south. Okay. Again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Asan ang mabilis dyan? Saan yung mabilis na lane dyan? What number of lane? Again, this is 1,
2
2,
and 3.
3, and 4. Anong mabilis na lane dyan? 2
2
and
and 3.
3. And
2 and
then,
3.
yung slower
Keep
lane
right
is
and get overtaking.
1 and 4.
1 and 4.
1 and
Always
3.
remember, okay? Anong 1 and 3? 2 and 3. 2 and 3 ang inner lanes. Ito, yung dalawang to. Ito ang mabilis, okay? Kapag naman 1 and 4, ito at saka ito yung mababagal na lanes. Naintindihan? Again, sabi nga niya kapag merong ganito, pwede ka namang mag-overtake pero with specific precautionary measures. Naintindihan? Diba? Dali lang naman itong mga to. Ayan o, diba? Lanes 1 and 4 or outer lanes for slow-moving vehicles on this lane should not be below the minimum speed limit. 2 and 3 are usually the faster-moving vehicles. Ayan yan. So, double yellow lines or double white lines, it means, again, yung sinabi ko lang sa inyo, absolutely no overtaking. Overtaking is extremely dangerous. Stay in your lane until you pass the end of the solid lines. Again, pag nakakita kayo ng double straight line na ganito, kahit ano man yan, white man yan or yellow, bawal po kayong mag-overtake. Next. Ito na ba tayo? Ito, parang umulit lang sila, no? Single yellow or white lines, a yellow white line, dotted white line means that you cannot overtake if the solid line is on your side. Parang yung kanina yung explain ko lang, pareho lang siya. Ito, umulit. How about this one? Ito, yellow continuous line or road provided with a passing line. This line indicates the following. These are the common on mountain roads. Okay, yung mga paakyat. Slow-moving vehicles and buses and heavy trucks should always use the outer lane. Kapag paakyat po, okay, laging outer lane yung mga buses or yung mga heavy trucks. Inner lane is for two vehicles passes without having to use other lane 1 for vehicles coming from the opposite direction. So, vehicles coming from the opposite direction should not use the inner lane at the other side of rotating. Pero kasing ganito, yung mga pataas, meron tayong tinatawag na yellow continuous line or road provided with passing lane. So, kapag ganito na pataas, always remember, yung mga maliliit na sasakyan, doon sila sa gitna, sa loob, sa most inner lane. Tapos, yung pong mga malaking trucks or buses, doon sila sa outer lane. Intindihan po? Ganun ang sinasabi niyan. Next is crosswalk or pedestrian lane. Nakita niyo na yan, yung mga crosswalk. Pati mamuting mga yan ko yung papay nasoy. Again, pedestrian lane ang tawag doon, hindi po pedestrian. Kasi pag sinabi natin pedestrian, tao yun. Baka sinabi nyo, clear natin yung mga wrong notions nyo na sinasabi nyo, may pedestrian. Ibig sabihin tao ang sinasabi niya. Pero pag sinabi mong pedestrian lane, therefore, yun yung mismong nakikita mong pavement marking sa daan na white. So, it is for pedestrian to cross, diba? Yung tao para lumipat. Stop for pedestrian on intersection with no traffic light. For example, nakakita ka ng pedestrian lane sa intersection. Tapos walang traffic light. So, ikaw as a driver, kailangan mong mag-stop always doon sa pedestrian lane na yon, lalo na kung may dumadaan. Kaya nga yung mga nasasagasaan, alam niyo yung mga nasasagasaan, pero nasa pedestrian lane sila, may karapatan sila doon. Bakit? At all times kasi ang driver, kailangan mag-stop kapag nakakita siya ng pedestrian lane. Walang right of way po yung isang driver kapag nakita niya pedestrian lane, tapos merong lumilipat. Okay, mas malaki ang kasalanan mo nun. Kaya nga kung magpapasagasa ka, siguruduhin mo nasa pedestrian lane ka para kung sagasaan ka man nila, sila ang may kasalanan, hindi ikaw. Yung mga may utak, ginagawa nila, diyan sila nagpapasagasa. Alam yung mga nagpapapera lang. Ginagawa nila yan. Kasi walang laban yung mga driver Diba? Kasi nasa pedestrian lane sila. So, do not stop on pedestrian lane, especially to load or unload passenger. For example, jeepney driver ka. Huwag kang i-stop dun sa mismong pedestrian lane. Bawal yan i-obstruct ng anumang sasakyan. Next, pedestrian should always cross a street on a crosswalk. Next, directional arrows. Ano naman yung mga directional arrows? So, these pavement markings indicate the following traffic regulations. So, Direction of permitted traffic movement. When approaching intersections where pavement arrows are used, you should enter the lane where the arrow points in direction you want to go. Lalo na yung mga nakita nyong ganito. Ayan. Hindi, ito yung mga kanina. Nasa to. Yung meron to kanina. Ayan. Yan yung mga tawag ng mga arrow. So, big sabihin, kapag nandito ka sa lane na to, pupunta ka dito. Pag napunta ka sa lane na to, okay? Pag nandito ka sa lane na to, dapat pupunta ka ng right. Ngayon, kapag nasa gitna ka, is either dediretso ka or mag-left turn ka. Naintindihan po? Sinusundan yung mga yan. Kaya tayo merong mga ganyan. Nasaan na yun? Ito. Ayan, diba? If you get in the wrong lane, you should keep going in direction indicated by the arrow. Kanwari, napunta ka na dito doon sa right lane, pero pupunta ka pala ng left turn, o mag-left turn ka. Kailangan idiretsuhin mo na lang yun, tsaka ka na lang bumalik. Kasi until it is safe to turn off and get back on the street or highway, which will carry you to your destination. Minsan kasi, nagkakamali ng lane yung mga driver. So, ang gagawin mo na lang doon is magstay ka hanggang sa makita mong safe nang lumipat ka ng another lane. Some have double-headed arrows, which means the lane is traffic for going in two directions indicated. Itong double-headed arrows, katulad ng pinakita ko kanina, di ba? Merong going straight, pero meron siyang going left. Next, edge lines. Ito yung mga nasa gilid. Ayan. Ang tawag dyan, edge line. Dapat hindi ka lalampas dyan as a driver. So, the edge line is used to delineate the edge of the traveled way to distinguish it from the shoulder area. Kasi ang shoulder area, ito yon. Tignan nyo ha. Center line, sabi niya, edge line. Lane line, di ba? Just to separate the two the two lanes. So, ito yung shoulder. Yung shoulder po, yung sa labas na ng daan. So, it should be a solid white line between 100 millimeters and 200 millimeters wide. Studs or raised pavement markers may be used in conjunction with edge lines where there are paved shoulders. So, ibig sabihin, dito, ito na yung sinasabi na bawal ka na dyan. Ito na dapat yung mga bike lane, yung mga dumadaan, dyan na sila. Pero ikaw, as a driver, kung nag-drive ka, dapat dito ka lang. Ang tawag dyan sa mga dulo na yan is edge line. In tawag dito, yan. Nakita niyo yung arrow ko? Are you sure nakita niyo? Yung tawag dyan, shoulder line. Okay, ibig sabihin, labas na yan, hindi ka na pwede dyan. So, kung kanwari, may nasagasaan ka, nandito pa lang yung taong yun, patay ka. Wala ka na sa way mo. Sa labas na yan. Intindihan? So, the purpose of installing edge line is generally based on the following. Ito, tingnan mo. To discourage travel on the road shoulders. Yun nga, kasi bawal ka nga talaga doon. Road shoulders. To make driving safer and more assured, particularly at night and during inclement weather, by providing a continuous guide for driver. To act as a guide past objects which are close to the edge of pavement and which constitute a hazard. So, kasi tignan nyo, kung makikita nyo dito, damo-damo na siya. So, to prevent parking or at or near intersection. So, yun ang purpose kung bakit tayo mayroong edge line. Again, we also have no parking zones. No road curb for no parking zones shall be painted. Merong ganyan. We also have yung no loading and unloading zones. Pero kadalasan pala sa mga driver, lalo na sa Sindalan, alam niyo yan, nararanasan nyo ba yan? Sabi nilang, bawal mag-loading and unloading, pero dun pa rin sila mag-loading, diba? The limit of no parking zone depends upon the implementing local government units. So, yung mga no parking zone, pati loading and unloading zones, depende na yun sa local government. For example, sa San Fernando, sila nang bahala doon. So, further, no parking zones shall mean parking prohibition at all times. If parking is to be permitted at times outside peak hours, then curb painting shall be implemented with standard signs. Next is continuity line. Ayan. Mga yan. Makita niya. It generally means that the lane you are is ending or exiting. Lalo na sa mga papunta ng yung mga NLEX, yung mga pa-exit ng NLEX, SETEX, or so what. And that you must change lane if you want to continue in your current direction. Continuity lines in your right means your lane will continue unaffected. Ayan. For example, mag-right ka na. Mag-exit ka na dito. Therefore, if gusto mong mag-exit na dito, yung tinatawag natin continuity line. Minsan yung mga, nung nagiging Y na siya, diba merong separation? Ibig sabihin, kapag dito ka pumunta ka na ng right, mag-exit ka. Pag pumunta ka na dito, ayan, therefore, papunta ka doon, hindi ka mag-exit doon sa mismong and lex na yun. Intindihan po. Next, we have transition line. Ayan. Ito naman, okay, changing directions lang. Changing directions lang po. Okay, dito kasi, dun sa continuity line, ibig sabihin, again, ang continuity line na nakita nyo ito yon, dediretso ka lang. Ang ito, yung sa kabila, na dito, papunta dito, ang tawag dyan, transition line. So, these are used to guide traffic safely post obstruction on roadways such as islands, median strips, bridge spurs, or indicated changes in the width of the traveled portion of the roadway and increase or reduction in traffic lanes. So, bakit merong transition lines na yan? For example, merong yung traffic island, or yung mga, nakita nyo mga, di ba, madalas, alam ko sa Mexico madami yan eh. Yung mga sa gitna, ginagamit nilang separation line, or yung para magkaroon ng separate way, is yung mismong mga halaman sa gitna. Diba? Yung meron silang mga inter-island. Diba? Ang tawag doon, bago magkaroon ng ganyan, nilalagyan nila niya ng transition line. So, therefore, makikita mo yung parang pinaka-paghihiwalay nila. Next is traverse lines. So, what is traverse lines? Transverse lines. So, these are markings across the carriageway because of the low angles at which the markings are used. It is necessary that all transverse lines must be proportionally widened to give visibility equal to that of longitudinal markings or to avoid apparent distortion where longitudinal lines and transverse lines are combined in symbols or letterings. Ano itong mga transverse line na to? May be classified into following types: stop line, give-way lines, ayan, pedestrian crossing markings, runabout holding lines. Ayan. Ang tawag dyan, okay, yan, stop lines to. Vehicles, stop lines or what we call the transverse line. So, one type of transverse lines is yung stop line. Ano yung stop line na to? Vehicles are required to stop in compliance with the stop sign. Ayan. Or traffic signals or any other legal requirement. Madalas, makikita nyo yung stop box. Sa intersection, nakita nyo ba yung stop box? Have you seen that? Have you seen, na-try nyo na pumunta sa intersection, tapos may makita yung stop box. Box yun na ganyan, tapos may X. Ibig sabihin, bawal kang lumagpas doon kapag nasa intersection ka na. Okay. Ang tawag dun sa pinaka-edge line niya, ang tawag dun stop line. So, therefore, hindi ka agad, kung gusto mong, lalo na kapag sa mga merong, kanwari, meron siyang, ang tawag dito, traffic light dito sa gilid. Ayan. Usually, ito yung stop line niya. So, therefore, bawal kang lumampas dyan. So, that is stop line. Meron din tayong give way or hoarding lines. Markings are consisting of two adjacent broken white lines across the carriageway at which drivers must give way to all traffic in accordance with the standard sign. So, ito yung mga merong give way lines. So, yung parang mauna ka kapag nandito ka. Ayan. Ayan, pedestrian crossing markings. Ayan, minsan merong ganito, stop box, sabi nila. Sabihin, kapag meron niyang line dito, ang tawag doon stop line. Bawal kang lumagpas dyan. Zebra, or the non-signalized crossing, ito yon. So, and then we have also crosswalks, are defined by a pair of solid white lines across the road surface. They should be used in conjunction with mid-block of intersection signal. Ito yung crosswalks. Okay, ito ang mga pedestrian or zebra type. Naintindihan? Ito ang crosswalk, pero ito po ang mga zebra or non-signalized crossing pedestrian marks. How about runabout holding lines? Ito. Yan yung mga runabout. Vehicles within the rotonda, okay, have the right of way over vehicles which are just about to enter. So, for example, di ba, pupunta ka dito sa lane na to, bawal kang pumunta dyan. Dito ka muna dadaan. Yan. Yung mga purpose ng rotonda. Hanggang pupunta ka dito, kailangan ka muna pumunta dyan. Yan. Hindi ka pwede, kung kalwaran din dito ka, pupunta ka sa light, bawal yan. So, kailangan iikot muna. Yan ang purpose ng runabout or holding lines. Yan, di ba? Merong ganyan sa mismong, di ba, papunta ng palengke, papuntang Olivas, merong ganyan. Classification of traffic islands. So, siguro mag-extend tayo ng mga 5 minutes pa. Konti na lang. Tingnan natin. Tingnan nga natin, ilan pa ba? O, konti na lang, mga 5 slides. Okay, pagtsagaan nyo na. Okay, classification of traffic islands. Meron tayong mga tinatawag na traffic islands. So, traffic islands are classified according to design, place of installation, and purpose of construction. Number 1, we have the pedestrian island. Ito. Yung kung saan ka pwedeng maglakad. So, pedestrian barriers. It is constructed between the pedestrian sidewalk and the road pavement. Diba? Ibig sabihin, ito na yung edge line, tapos ito, shoulder na yan. So, yung shoulder niya minsan nagiging siyang pedestrian island. Ayan. Pag sinabi nating island, ibig sabihin, nakaumbok po siya, no? Hindi lang siya mismong, tawag dito, yung naka-flat. Pag sinabi nating island, nakaumbok na ganyan. So, to prevent pedestrian from using the roadway when passing, or to prevent motor vehicles from using the sidewalk for passing and parking purposes. Yan, meron din tayong ganito, traffic islands. Ayan. Sa gitna, di ba? Sinasabi sa inyo, minsan ginagamit nilang pang-separate ng lane is ito. Ang tawag dyan ay traffic islands. Raised portion in the middle of the traffic way, constructed to separate the streams of motor vehicles traveling on opposite direction. Ibig sabihin, ito papunta ng north, ito papunta ng south. Ayan o, San Fernando. Saan to? Angeles yata to eh. Angeles ba to? Diba?
Opo, oo ma'am, Angeles.
Constructed to separate the streams of motor vehicles traveling on opposite directions. So, preventing the motorists from using the opposite lane for overtaking. So, sometimes, para nga hindi nila, kasi diba kapag pintura lang ang nangyayari, pwede silang mag-overtake or so what. So, minsan, ginagamit nila yung traffic islands na ganyan. So, we have sub-classifications. We have division islands, constructed to divide the streams of motor vehicles. Ito. Channelizing island. Kapag nakita nyo ganito, okay, pag nakita nyo na ganito, it is a type of traffic island, pero ang tawag sa kanya is division island. Yan. Pag nakita nyo naman na ganito, na parang triangular, ang tawag dyan is channelizing island, constructed to direct the flow of traffic. Also, the last one, ito, rotary island, okay, yan, pabilog naman, constructed along intersections or rotundas for purpose of turning around. So, functions, prohibited for pedestrian from crossing major roads at points where crossing is dangerous. So, minimize imprudence and delays to vehicular traffic and channelize and control pedestrians. Other traffic control devices. Ayan, minsan ginagamit din nila to yung mga barriers. Madalasan ito, parang, lalo na kung di naman visible. Yan. Kadalasan yun ang nagiging cause ng accident, lalo na sa mga trucks, diba? Sa Sindalan may ganito, di ba? Tama po ba ako? Sindalan. So, traffic managers added other control devices and aids to improve the previous standard control devices as their limits and weaknesses. Ang tawag sa mga yan ay median barriers. Oh, para hindi nyo tinatawag na retang kulay orange kindalan, ma'am. Okay? Ang tawag sa kanila ay median barriers. Yung mga hollow blocks na malaki sa daan, ma'am. Ang tawag doon ay median barriers. So, usually, movable, concrete or hard plastics. Minsan ganito siya. Movable yung mga yan. Pwede lang alisin. Or minsan ito. Kasi natatawa ako, naalala ko yung classmate ko. Pumunta ako ng, nandito yata si Bazar. Pumunta ako sa kina Bazar. Ay, kina kuya niya, sinamungkada. Ang sabi sa akin ng kuya niya, basta pag nakita mo na yung orange. Anong orange? Sabi mo ganyan. Anong orange na sinasabi mo? Ito pala dito ko niyan. Median barriers. Okay? Usually movable or concrete or hard plastics. Installed on divided highways with narrow medians, ayan, to prevent head-on collisions of vehicles, to restrict pedestrians from crossing or any section of the roads. Meron din tayong ganito, yung mga nakita nyo sa gilid, ang tawag dyan ay guardrails. Ayan, guardrails po yan. So, safety devices installed at the roadside to protect vehicles which round out of the control or following on the steep slopes or hitting fixed objects. Madalas yung mga yan, kaya meron siyang guardrails, lalo na kung mataas yung daan, tapos yung kababagsakan niya is parang bangin or so what. Diba? Or mas mababa. Ang tawag dyan is guardrail. So, it is just to protect, for example, na out of control ka sa daan. So, therefore, kung meron man siyang guardrails, hindi ka malaglag sa daan. Ayan. We also have gantries, ayan, made of light metal materials installed overhead, ito mga yan, highways in which other devices and aids are also attached. Yung mga yan, lalo na kapag merong limit na, kanwari, ito yung cargo, bawal yung mag-speed ka ng ganito yung kataas na sakyan, or sometimes nilalagay nila yung mga gantries na yan para maglagay ng mga road signs. Then, ayan, we also have the reflectorized markers, ayan yung kanina, cat's eye, or the solar markers, installed around curved lines and on division lines. Again, reflectorized, ibig sabihin, para lang umiilaw siya kapag nalalagyan ng ilaw sa gabi. Diba? Pag nalalagyan ng sa mga vehicles. Provide reflection during the night and when visibility is low. So, traffic bollards naman, these are the upright metals, wood, plastics, or any hard materials alongside, yan, traffic bollards ang tawag dyan. Okay, any hard materials alongside streets and parking areas to limit the movement of the vehicles. Ayan. Ito yung mga traffic bollards. Ito yung mga reflectorized markers or cat's eye solar markers. Ito, traffic bollards. Alam niyo sa SM? Sa SM, di ba, for example, bago ka pumunta ng SM, di ba, merong pedestrian. Kung galing ka ng, kunwari wala kang sakyan, maglalakad ka lang. Di ba, meron kayong parang bakal? Ayan, o. Ang tawag dyan ay traffic bollards. Okay po. Early warning devices, ayan. Triangular shape reflectorized device used to warning or inform motorists about emergency stalled or parked motor vehicle. Pag may nakita ko yung ganyan, di ba, ibig sabihin, is either nasiraan sila or merong aksidente sa road na yan. Excuse me. We have this one, traffic cones, ito. Made of plastic or lightweight materials used as replacement or aid to made early warning devices. It can be also used temporarily to redirect traffic in safe manner. We also have this one, curb or curbstones. Ayan. Align stones along the sides of the roads or highway serving as boundary line. Yung mga yan. Oh. Then, we also have CCTV. Assist traffic enforcers and managers monitors usual and unusual traffic occurrences. So, valuable in detection, identification, and apprehension of traffic law violators to provide general deterrence. Okay po, ayan. Diba ginagamit? Sa ibang bansa, may CCTV. Sa Pinas, meron din ba CCTV? Sa barangay namin, meron CCTV, pero hindi gumagana. Then, we also have way bridges. Diba? Way bridges. Yan, itong mga to. Installed permanently or movable on road pavement located at main entrances of main roads. So, used to monitor overloading. So, lalo na sa mga bawal yung mga, diba may mga daan na bawal pumasok yung truck, bawal pumasok yung ganto, kasi nga, meron silang, sa ibang bansa meron ganto. Sa Pilipinas, wala pa akong nakitang ganyan yung way bridges. Yung kapag nag-overload siya dyan, therefore, hindi siya pwedeng pumasok. Hindi ko pa nakita sa Philippines. So, that's all. Do you have any question?